Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Matt with Green Bar Trading here back with another weekly outlook video. But before we look out, let's take a look at what happened last week in the stock market. So we had the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index. It's an inflation gauge. The data showed inflation, a lot of it. Okay. This is already known. It's already baked into the stock market. Now, what happened a month ago after this number came out, the stock market took it on it tanked. This time, quite the opposite happened. It actually held up nicely and we made new highs. This is the most bullish stock market I've ever seen in my life. Now, with all of that, the market making new highs, inflation through the roof, but the bonds, this is what is key here. The bonds, the yield on the 10-year dropped almost 10 basis points, which is huge because that means that it's a great environment for the stock market and for growth stocks in general, which might be a good thing because we had a sell off of all the tech stocks and the high growth stocks when the treasury yield on the 10-year started to approach 2%. Well, since that happened, the treasury yield has gone nothing but down. So, why would anybody be putting money in bonds when you're actually earning a negative return based on what inflation is? You wouldn't do that. So, all the money that might have come out of tech, high growth stocks, rebalancing of portfolios, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that might go on for a little bit longer. So a lot of money is being poured back into these growth stocks. So there's potential there for those stocks that got beaten down for a rebound. And that's what I'm going to be looking at this week in general, is all those high growth stocks that we saw. Also, now I have my notes right here. Did a lot of reading today. You guys can imagine, I have literally every single stock market publication right next to me. Done a lot of research. Now, it is the Islander game. It's on right now. I could see it over here. It's during periods. So that's why I'm making this video now. But I did the research already, and taking the notes on the week, looking ahead, to be honest, there wasn't that many, clear plays that I see developing, but there are some breakouts. So AMC, the stock held up really nicely on Friday after selling off a little bit, in the middle of the week there and on Thursday. Well, it rallied on Friday. And I'll show you guys when I share my screen here, it actually broke out from an ascending wedge. So it broke out very nicely. It was a clean breakout and it held up. So we'll look into that. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to go over my strategy of how I buy and sell support and resistance. So where I post these key levels in the stock market, and the way that I do it is by options and taking option calls when we're at support on the SPY and taking puts when we're approaching resistance levels on the SPY. So I'm going to go over that at the end of the video, and I'm going to show you these key levels with Friday's trading price action day as an example. So let's just go in here. I'm going to share the screen and we'll take a look at some things that were going on here. Okay, here we go. So this is the last 5 trading days in the S&P 500, looking at the SPY. Now, this is just an ETF. It tracks the SPY perfectly. So I also will use the S&P 500 futures as my charting, and I will go into the SPY and the Qs, to take trades off of during the trading week. So the SPY, pretty much a very tight range here. On Thursday, the CPI sold off quick and then rebounded. So we had a lot of volatility on Thursday. On Friday, pretty low volume, but at the very end of the trading day, there was a ton of buying that came in. And I really like to see that going into a weekend for a potential rally on Monday and Tuesday. We'll see how that plays out. Now, for this week coming up, at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday is when the Fed will issue their policy statement, and the FOMC is going to announce its monetary policy decision on when to raise interest rates. What Wall Street will be looking for are clues as to when this tapering of the bond purchase buying program will be tapering down. So a lot of eyes and ears will be on that on Wednesday at 2 p.m. So just be aware of these big, Fed type policy things going on if you're day trading. And at 2:00 or 2:30, based on every word that is said, you see prices going crazy. You have to know that that is possible come this Wednesday. So that's Wednesday. It looks like high growth stocks are back in play because the 10-year yield is now under 1.5%, which is great for the growth stocks. I had already told you guys that. And the market, if we look here intraday at some of these, and here's the SPY here intraday, we see so many, and on the 5-minute you can see it clearer. The market has been made up of constant V's. So the price will drop, and then the computer algorithms will bring price right back to where we started on the day. And you can see here crystal clear. We open up here, we close at the exact same point on Friday. This is just what the market has been doing. Every dip has been getting bought up. So just be aware of that. Constant just V's everywhere, all throughout the trading day. When price tanks, the dip is getting bought up. It's a very bullish market, a very clear, ascending trend line that we keep bouncing off of. It's just a very bullish market. So the overall market we went over here. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? So this is AMC, and I want to show you guys the technical analysis on this one. If I bring up the charts on it, let's see if I can, whoops. Right, better time frame would be this. Okay, so this is the last 2 weeks of trading on AMC. You have a very clear ascending trend line, descending trend line, which is our breakout point. And it happened right here on Friday. We zoom in on this day. This is where the breakout happened with all the volume that poured in. So that was the breakout on AMC, and I had posted it on our Discord that morning. I said I posted this picture before the breakout and said if we break through here, this is going to provide a really nice rip up in price. And it gave us almost 5 points. So this was very nice to see. And then as you can see, this trend line here is being used as support. So price action for AMC looks very good going into next week. We'll see how it fares. We'll see what happens with it, but it does look very good. So that's AMC. Other ones that are on my radar, American Airlines. Now, this one, let me just pull it back here for a second. American Airlines is in a very clear bouncing off of this very, very clear ascending trend line. Now, as we come back closer to it, that is when you would want to possibly get long with a stop under this trend line. And that could give you a pretty nice, depending on where you get in, you could maybe get a couple of points. We obviously have very clear resistance on this one at $26 a share. So this is definitely turning into, and what I would draw here at 26, let's see how good I am with this. 26.02, okay, well, this will have to do. All right, so this is setting up for a flat top breakout. Wherever you have ascending price action into a flat top, which is clear resistance, the potential for a breakout is very, very strong. So this is American Airlines, some technical on that. If we look at Carnival Cruise Lines, very nice breakout. So this was a break of this flat top, and now it came back down, and it's on the retracement. We're going to see if there's buyers that step in here. Now, I have this one very, very much on my radar going into this week. If I see price action and buyers step in here, I will get in here and I will have very low risk because I'll always set my stop just under here. There wasn't enough buyers to come in, whatever may be the case, and I'll just set my stop somewhere under there. But it is definitely on the retracement testing where this previous breakout was. So this one is looking very nice to me as well. Another one is Citibank, and all the financial stocks, they had sort of a bad week this past week. This one has been just ripping up, broke through its flat top here, and now it's testing this level. Not only is it testing the previous level of resistance, which should be support now, it also is coming up against its ascending trend line. So this on Citibank can really, really be a nice entry if you guys wanted to get involved in any financial stocks. Well, this one technically is really setting up nicely. So we went over a few stocks. Now, let me show you guys how I would be trading the SPY with options based off support and resistance, supply and demand. This is a very, very nice way to trade, and I highly, I would say if you haven't already, definitely look into trading support and resistance, because these are levels that I post. Now, these were already here before the trading day. The way that I find out where there's going to be support and where there's going to be resistance, well, that's sort of my bread and butter. That's what I do as far as technical analysis goes. I do all that work for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. It would be nice to learn, technical analysis, but these levels that I post them every morning in our Discord and on Twitter so that you guys know where support should come in, where the buyers should come in, because that's what support is. You're going to see a lot of buying pressure, whereas the sellers up here, well, you're going to see a lot more resistance up there. So intraday, this is the way that I would be trading options. When we came down here, to support at around 423, this is where I would take call options about one out of the money. They move really fast, really quick. They have great liquidity and a very tight spread, which is amazing to trade. So I would take on this one either the 424 or 423 call option for either the same day or one day, a very small time frame, because you're day trading these. You don't have to worry so much about price and time decay. You do a little bit. So you do want to just take these quick, and you don't want to hold them all day, because the time decay will definitely happen even with just day trading these options. So I would take the one out of the money. So if I took a call option and I was down here at about 423, let's say 423.19, I would take the 424s call option of the very next day, whenever it was expiring, the very next day expiration. And that's the way that I would play this. Call options around our support, put options around our resistance. The only thing is, in this market, I have not wanted to do any puts because this market is so strong. I've just been doing way better going long and taking calls and buying shares long. Forget shorting in a bull market like this. It's just way better to wait to get to a buy zone and just take that call option long. And this is also the way I trade. So when we're close to support, I will go in and take my trades on my stocks long. So instead of taking trades on stocks when we're approaching resistance, well, I'll wait, because a lot of times the stocks that you're trading follow the overall market. So you're going to want to wait until there's a lot of buying that comes in, and then you can take your stocks long, your high beta stocks, whatever stocks you're comfortable trading with. You just take those long around support areas. So, guys, that is basically it for my week outlook video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I do hope the Islanders win this game that I'm going to get back to watching right now. So anyway, enjoy, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Take care.